We're going to get ready to go live here in just a moment. I'm going to wait for some people to come in while I pull up my laptop this time so that I can have the comments going on another screen. All right. There's me. I see me. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, hi, Brittany. I see you in the comments. Okay, I'm going to put this off to the side. I don't even see myself looking at this because it's distracting. Hey, guys. Hey, Colleen. I'm hopping on here later than I would have liked, so I thank you, East Coast peeps, for being with me. I know it's getting late. Hey, Jen. Hey, Deirdre. I was doing Mom's Taxi, and it's kind of crazy because the Jeffreys are everywhere right now. My husband and one of my daughters is in the air right now flying back from Atlanta. Another daughter's a half hour away at volleyball tryouts, and then the other two are here, and it's school tomorrow. So I got the Mom's Taxi, came home, came in, gave my little note that I'd be going live. So I'm glad that it worked out, and I'm here because I would like lip glosses on, so we're good. We're having like a lazy Sunday. Hey, Erin, awesome show this weekend. I'm so excited to get my pendant. And so I want to try to do this on Sundays because I like to do this 5-card spread, and this is so fun. So as we just kind of figure out what works, again, I invite you to let me know if you're interested in seeing anything specific or how you would like it to work. But I'm planning on just kind of giving the heads up, popping in here, whoever's here live, awesome. We're tuning in, we're going to pull some cards, and then the replay will be here, and I will also post it on my other social media places. So my Facebook page, Grow in the Flow, my Instagram, and my YouTube, so that we have the week ahead messages for all. So I'm going to pull in, I decided to stick with the Tarot of Oneness, the gorgeous deck that we used last week, kind of set the tone for November, and I thought it would be fun to, Erin lost connection for a sec. Okay. Good to know. I can see myself over here out of the corner of my eye, but I can't tell without looking at it. Thank you. So that was a doozy of a week, guys. I mean, that was intense with the eclipse, the 11:11 gateway, so much powerful energy. So we're kind of starting fresh this week on the other side, having come through that energetic portal, the 11:11 gateway, which I did put a little something out there with some messages and how you can work with this energy. Thank you, Jen. And that continues on through the month of November, the master number of 11 and its power for manifesting. So, hey, Becky, you see, Becky is my girl that puts the purple in my hair. As we move through the rest of this month, we're kind of shifting gears into this, let's get her done. Like, let's start to like practical, taking the steps, kind of getting back on track. Hey, Kendra. I was saying I was in Mom's Taxi during your drop, so I peeked in real quick while I was like shoveling some dinner in, and gorgeous as always. So we're going to do the Tarot of Oneness. I'm going to get going on the 5-card spread so that we can keep that moving. And then I invite you at any time, if you would like a card pull, I'll do those at the end. Feel free to drop in with your question or something for the week ahead that you'd like to know. Even if you can't hang, Jen is going to watch for me. I'm going to take a look and see. I'll pull your card, and you can get it on the replay. I'll tag you, and you'll be able to see your card pull then. So please feel free at any time to drop that in there. But we're going to go ahead. Before I do that, I'm going to use the Emerald Renewal and Recovery Spray. And this is a spray, I like to call it a soothing balm. It really is about getting grounded, recovering, renewing, lots of intense energy, as I was just saying. So I'm going to kind of bring that in to infuse the energies that we're tuning into. This one's awesome. That we're tuning into for the week ahead, about renewing, recovering, getting grounded, down to earth, practical, keeping it moving, steady, but slow and steady, you know, think about that intense eclipse was in the sign of Taurus. Taurus, the bull, earth energy, just, you know, plowing through one step at a time. So we're tuning back into using this energy of manifesting to take these practical steps, moving in a forward direction. So let's go ahead and tune in. I'm gonna do the, oh, hey, Tanisha, welcome. Awesome. This is only my second time doing a live. So you're right on time. And what we're doing is we're going to go ahead and pull some cards to tune into the energies for the week ahead for us collectively, just to kind of feel into. And those of you who watched last week, live replay, I mean, you saw that it was crazy. Who would have known how the Five of Swords was going to show up for individuals in such different ways, or the Tower energy, you know, all the different things that came up. You see how when we're doing a collective reading, and yet it touches a little bit on things for everyone. There's always something in there for you where you're welcome to take what resonates, leave the rest. Also know that these energies could play out at any time during the week. So let me go ahead and start putting some cards down. Monday is the card that represents the overall energy for the week ahead. So we're going to pull that. This is, again, the Tower of Oneness by Robyn Voisey. Gorgeous, gorgeous deck. I will hold the backwards card. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm not going to spoil it now. I'm going to have you guessing what card it is for Monday. All right. Tuesday is a potential block or a challenge that could come up for you this week. So let's tune in and see what comes up there. Okay. Wednesday, we have a midweek blessing. So feeling into Wednesday. Awesome. This is kind of funny. Wait till you guys see. Thursday is how are we growing? How are we growing? Beautiful. And Friday is, Brittany, are you guessing? You don't want to know. No, it's all good. Friday is going to be our wrap up for the week. All right. I'm going to see if I can just hold this up for you guys. I always like to show the cards, just so you can see what I'm seeing. One of these lives, I will do one that's face down so you can see the way that I do my private readings. So here are our cards: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay? So guess who's back? Back again. Tower's back. The Tower is here. I'm not surprised, okay? Because we know this card came up, I think, in Thursday's position last week. And it was saying, how are we growing? And that's because, I know, Brittany, I know, my voice is coming back. So now anything's possible. That's Archangel Sandalphon. He gives me the songs. This is transformation energy. This is stripping away the old energy, right? Those old crumbling foundations, the things that need repair, that need to be replaced, removed, Tower energy. So it's setting the tone for the overarching energy of the week ahead, which of course is on the other side of how are we growing? Tower energy, because we know that this is a necessary process. This is a part of the transformation, is peeling back these layers in order to bring forward the new on the other side. So let's see how it tunes in with the rest of these cards, but this is just sort of overarching the energy of the week. And then when we look at a potential block, we have the Eight of Wands. I think this came up too, and I don't know if it was in a personal card pull. Absolutely. Out with the old, in with the new, Tanisha. Exactly. It's we talked about sweeping out those old cobwebs, clearing out, detoxifying. And so it's got to go, right? Because we're creating room for this movement. We got to sweep the road. Right now, where I am, all the trees or all the leaves are on the ground, and there is just a lot where we don't necessarily have a clear view because a lot of those leaves are making their way onto the roadways. And so it's this idea of what's being released, what we're shedding. It was Deborah's card. How do you remember that? Oh yeah, because we talked. Yes, you're right. I do remember now. Thank you. See, we're a good team. This was Deborah's card. That this idea of we're moving on, it's in the rearview mirror, but not quite. What's the challenge? What's the block is, and you'll see Wednesday, a blessing. And it's kind of like, wait, what? I'll tell you now. Wednesday's the Chariot. Okay. So here we could be challenged with movement. The blessing is the Chariot, which represents movement, forward momentum. So there's still this like push-pull energy. But also the Eight of Wands can simply represent a lot of moving parts, a lot of irons in the fire, a lot of stuff happening, right? Because things are going to start to pick up. We're getting into that time of the year, the season, where you could have a lot going on when it comes to preparing for a gathering, for celebrations, for different holidays, and togetherness with others that could involve travel and movement and plans that you're making. So for some people, it's a challenge and it's a blessing. It's a block and it's also clearing the way for forward movement. So, and this is a gorgeous version of the Chariot, by the way. We have these two dolphins and it represents that light and dark, which again is the balance of being and doing, action and just being in a receptive state, yin yang. And so, and I'll have to do my car analogy because we literally have a roadway and we have the Chariot. I like to say the Chariot, whenever you're going on a trip, you're going somewhere, what do we want to do? We want to prepare our vehicle to make sure that the tires are rotated, the oil is changed, all is in good order for us to get on the road smoothly. So we're just in this post-eclipse, pass through the 11:11 gateway, really getting our bearings and balancing and figuring out our directions, what direction, where to next, and plotting that out. So the block or the challenge can be just sort of slow to start, but also revving the motor and wanting to get going. So there could be a little push-pull there. Also can mean a lot of time spent in the car. Chariot can literally mean you're driving from here to there, moving around a lot, that type of energy too. So depending on what you have going on, that might resonate for you. Thursday is a gorgeous card. It's Inspiration of Wands. And in this deck, that stands for the Page of Wands, which butterflies, rainbows, gorgeous energy. The wands are the sparks. The wands are the fire element. So that is creativity. And that really is the key to everything. All of this energy moving through feels, things that are coming up for you because of all of this, allowing them to keep moving. So how do we do that? I say, get creative. Allow it to come through in your creations. That's been a huge message this month for many people, is just doing what lights you up, following your joy, following your passion. And this is a beautiful energy of, and I love the little candle in the middle too. It's the key. It is the key to transformation, the butterflies, the rainbow. And you see how it's sort of like starting in the base, red, we're feeling like that root chakra, again, hunkering down, getting grounded, right? But it opens up into this beautiful rainbow of transformation. And so it really opens us up to be able to get things going again in the direction that we wish to go. Once we clear away, right? Oh, let's see what Tanisha says. Oh, perfect. Yes, absolutely. That's that push-pull. Like there's a lot to be done and it can feel overwhelming, especially you're saying congratulations, by the way, that's beautiful. Clearing and cleaning out your room for the baby. Very stressful, but such a blessing. And this is a very youthful energy in the Page of Wands. So it's young people as well, youth. And so you have an older child, your first child, who's also preparing to become a big sibling. So that is beautiful energy as well. Brittany's hopping off. Okay, awesome. Of course. And if you come back, if you want a card pull for the week, just let me know and it'll be here for you when you come back, Brittany. Thank you. So that is a really beautiful energy. And bringing in, again, just creativity, doing what lights you up, following your joy. That's really the key to moving through things and putting the tough stuff. We're not going to just gloss over that some of this stuff is tough. Anything that's coming up for you that's really tricky, putting that into your creative ventures, and so that you're not holding that. We want to allow that to, again, tower energy, clear out the old, right? And then Friday, beautiful, we have the Eight of Cups in this awesome, awesome depiction of the cutting of the final threads that are still holding that old stuff there tethered, right? And I feel like the Chariot looks like it's a boat, right? And it reminds me of, like, you know, we're pulling away from the dock now. We're getting out there and we're having this forward movement that we want to bring in. We've got this energy of the Eight of Cups, which it's kind of crazy because there's so much movement that wants to come in here. We have the Eight of Wands, the Chariot, and the Eight of Cups, which are all about moving on, all about moving forward. And so Friday is wrapping up the week and we're cutting cords, we're cutting ties with the old. We're snipping those last final couple of threads that are still holding on a little bit. So that tower energy is here to highlight that for us, to show us again those final threads, those stubborn cobwebs, those things that are here to be cleared out. So, you know, that's just coming in as our overarching energy for the collective. Now, if anyone would like a personal card pull, I will go ahead and tune in for you. If you have anything specific, or if you'd like to know anything for the week, or just in general, feel free to comment below and let me know, and I will pull a card for you. So while I wait and see if anyone wants a card, I mentioned here that some volunteers are needed. So this is going to be just a mention that this day, next week, Sunday, will be day 2 of the first annual winter shopping bazaar here in the Majestic group. So if you're watching this over on YouTube or on Instagram, I will have a link here for you as well to see the event that we have coming up. Erin, I got you. Deirdre, I got you. Awesome. And so I am so excited to be one of the presenters in that event next week on Sunday. I will be on at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, kicking off Sunday, but I'll be back later in the day for a live. And during that live, I need some volunteers because I'm going to be demonstrating a little bit about color healing and specifically chakra checking. So right here behind me is my chakra board that I use in my color healings and chakra activations, and we use the pendulum and we tune in and check the chakras. So I'm looking for a couple people who would be wanting to volunteer, so you can feel free to reach out to me. You can comment, or you can private message me, and I'll chat with you a little more about what that's about. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these card pulls going. So we're going to start with Deirdre. Okay, and I'm going to tune in to just see what Deirdre needs to know for the week ahead. What energy wants to come forward here for you for the week ahead? Gemma got you. Hey, girl. Gemma has a new group page, everybody. I'm in. I'm so excited. All right, let's see. Deirdre. Okay. Card for Deirdre. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. Gorgeous. So this is the card of the energy of Pentacles is about earth energy, material, right? So we have this beautiful culmination of endings of one cycle and the beginning of a new one. But let me peep this card because I haven't seen this card yet. So this is telling me, this is giving me, I'm feeling some collaborations that were going on. Looking at all those hands that are in there. And it feels like something that you've either been working on, projects you've been working on, or creations, collaborations are coming into fruition for you now. So this week is really going to have some energy popping in for you around that, that venture or that, whatever that is that you've been working on. And I do feel like there are other people in community. Yeah, it feels like community collaboration, like many hands make light work. is how I feel here, but it's around the Pentacles energy. So that's money, it's material wellness, it's again, getting stabilized, kind of stabilizing things for you. So as you factor that into these collective messages for you, changes you've been making, things that you've been clearing out to make room for the new, maybe new connections, things of that nature, are the things that are enabling you to get some motion, some forward momentum in that area that pings for you. Okay, so now I think we've got Erin next, right? Yes. Okay, Erin. Let's see what comes up for you. Awesome. Thanks, Deirdre. Jennifer's next after... Oh. I feel like you when I say, well, it comes up on my screen that Erin is before you. I'm going to pull for Erin and then I'll pull for you because I was thinking of her when I started shuffling. It is funky how it does that, right? All right, this is for Erin. Ooh, now you got the Hermit. Didn't you get the Hierophant last week? Or did we say you... Yeah, because you were training somebody, weren't you? So the Hermit, okay, another major arcana card, going within, right? Connecting in with your wise self. And I'm thinking that you got the Hierophant, but I know that the Hierophant came in where we talked about higher learning and ascension, and you were actually, I think, going to be training somebody last week, so that was perfect. But again, we get the staircase. Again, we have this energy. Well, in this deck, last week it was the book with the keys, but the Hierophant is typically depicted with a staircase because it's showing that progression and moving on. Oh, you know what I just got? I got like you're moving on up because you just had a great weekend with your beautiful business. So I feel like moving on up, but it's like this is all coming from within. So here you have that energy. You see the Lantern, the Hermit, and that can also be too kind of like hunkering down, like some time going within, literally being at home or needing some quiet time, taking some time to like decompress, that kind of thing too. But again, factoring that into this week and seeing how that push-pull was like, we're busy, we're not moving. There's some, that kind of energy. Let me bring those comments back up. Oh, awesome. Yes. So you step down at work to do part-time. Oh, that's awesome. Beautiful. At home. Yeah. Perfect. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So cool. All right, Jennifer, you're next. General message for you. I have to go back and see these comments. Facebook in all its glory, yes. Okay, card for Jennifer. I remember you got the Magician last week. Let's see what comes up for you for this week ahead. Nothing's going on this week, right? You're not busy. There's nothing happening next weekend. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday. No. Nothing's starting. Okay. Card for Jennifer. Nine of Swords. So, I think that, nothing at all. Nothing to see here. Little bit of hamster wheel, things going on in your brain, a lot of activity, like when you actually sleep, those couple of hours that you give yourself to like close your eyeballs. I know exactly what this is because this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be sleeping and I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I still have to send Jen those, this. Oh my gosh, I have to do that. Like this is that energy of just the to-do list, the hamster wheel going on in your head of all the things that you have going on, checking all those boxes around and around. So, last week you got the Magician. I mentioned that because I want to say that, again, the tools in the toolbox, leaning in, getting help where you can, using those tools to move through it with as much grace and ease as you can. I know it's a busy week. You have a lot on your mind. You have a lot going on. Hey, Emily. Thank you, girl. So I'm not surprised at all by this card. Nine of Swords, thoughts in the head, spinning around. we can see here the wink towards it being at night. So naps, scheduling in some time during the day to like take a time out and just rest for a little bit, when you can, really, just to enable yourself to just, keep it going, because you want to go on this trip, right? We got to take care of our vehicle. So don't forget that. Okay. All right. Let's see. After Jen, we had, I'm just looking on my screen to see, Erin, Jen, Gemma. Okay, you're welcome. Gemma, card for Gemma this week. All right, you've got 2 of Pentacles. And this is a cool version. I'm seeing some juggling, right? The balancing act of some things going on, right? So you've got stuff that and oftentimes this does have to do with, kind of like the have to do things and then the other things that you would like to do, and just being able to find that balance, that fine juggling act. And if we put that in the context of this week's reading and the potential for push and pull with activity, like ability to move, or having that clear pathway forward, this is telling me, with the fact that they're clubs, they look playful. Like, to me, it's like, just try to have fun with the fact that sometimes these roadblocks and these detours come up that may get in the way of us being able to do things, juggle them the way we would like. So sometimes it can be a little challenging to have to kind of recalibrate. It's feeling like you might have to recalibrate, like back to the drawing board if there's some detours, but it's saying to have fun and also just get grounded, your practices that help you kind of come back to center and sort of revisit, a new pathway forward if something gets blocked or deterred in some way. So a lot of spinning plates or things going on, but just moving through it as best you can. So there is an energy of that, of just having a lot of plates in the air or things that you're juggling. But remember to have fun with that. That's what I have coming up here for you. Okay, so let's see. Colleen is next. And thank you, Colleen. I see that you are, and I'm going to tell you that you might be, there's a couple different things we're going to do when I do my live next Sunday. So I'll get with you and let you know and see what you want to do. Okay, so for Colleen, we're going to get a card for the week ahead. You're welcome. Okay. Card for Colleen. Ooh, so you got, this deck has, I think, 5 unique cards that are not from the tarot. And this one is called Oneness. And I'm getting a beautiful sun energy in the center here. I'm going to look in the book because I want to see each of these cards have a really beautiful meaning. And I have not seen this one yet. So let's take a peek. This is the card of Oneness. And this is going to be coming up after the World. Then we move into these special cards. So Oneness is talking about infinite love, divine healing, ascension, blissful feelings. So it's having to do with being in a state of mind that transcends our ego. So again, thinking about what's coming up here, tower energy, some of these blockages and things, cutting those final stubborn little fibers that are still connecting us to some old stuff that we're ready to clear. Being in this place, and to me it's like, look how that's hitting the light. It literally is like a blazing sun. It feels like you're already there in your mind. Like you're already putting yourself in that energy. So that you're seeing yourself in that place. And so when you get into that place, stepping out of ego, and ego just means, getting pulled into the very human way of thinking, like, worrying that what if I don't get there, or replaying woulda, coulda, shouldas, or anything like that that's keeping us from attracting in where we want to be. So I feel that energy for you. It says total joy and bliss. And so it really is working in that energy. So even if there is some tumultuous energies around you, it's about being in that, putting yourself energetically in that space. And for you, the center of that is, again, creativity, that fire in the belly, solar plexus, your creative energy, stepping out, doing all that you are doing. Like, you're already there is what I feel. So this is a beautiful card. Love it for you. So just keep going, keep moving, focusing forward focused, but also knowing that you're taking the steps day by day to get there. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. After Colleen, do we have anybody else? Kendra. Okay, and I gotta scroll down just to see if I missed any comments. Sorry, guys. Oh, did I miss Tanisha? I'm going to do Kendra next. You're welcome. Kendra. Okay. Card for Kendra. This week ahead. Ooh, I love it. The Star. Beautiful. The card of wishes, the card of hope, the card of healing, the card of renewal. So again, we have the emerald renewal and recovery energy to bring in, because this is like wishing on a star, right? Wishes, hope. Hope is a real key word with the star energy. So again, and think about this too, Kendra. Tower energy, right? Our current structure, because I know last week we talked about moving and that kind of energy. So if we're kind of moving away from the old and shedding that, here is this awesome card to overlight the idea of focusing on the new, the wishes of what you are bringing in, calling into your life. So this is a beautiful, beautiful card. And it looks like it's a waterfall. Lots of orbs here too in the card. And the water, again, emotion, right? Flowing through it. And there can be a lot of emotion in all of that process. So hope is a key word, and keeping the focus on an eye on the prize, right? Of it all coming together, because it's all coming together. And, you know, you get to the end of the week and it's just like a little snip, snip to move onwards and upwards. And it is a card that says move, right? Couple of move cards here. So getting that energy coming in for you too. Okay, let me see. I'm going to go to the bottom to see, because Jen's keeping me on point. Oh, good, Kendra. Okay, beautiful. Was there anybody else? You're checking with Tanisha. Yeah, I didn't see it. Oh, we got Nicole. Hey, girl. Yeah, so I'll pull for Nicole now, and then if Tanisha's on, you want to let me know if you want a card? Thank you. I'm going to pull for Nicole. Card for you this week. Energies. And I don't think you were on when we went over this, but our overarching energy for the week was the Tower card again. So, you know, endings and things that we're clearing out in our foundations to start fresh. And there's just an energy of like a push-pull when it comes to getting things moving, but ultimately has us kind of doing that final snip of those last few things from the past and moving on, right? I know, of course, it's the Tower. It's just like a to be continued this week, but in a new way. Like, it really is. I felt a shift in the energy for sure on the 11th myself. But, you know, we're renewing and we're recovering. Okay, card for Nicole. Lots of cards sticking to me. Let's see. Ooh, you got a twofer. Okay, we got the Magician and Awakening, which is Judgment. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, first of all, two major arcana cards. Major arcana cards just signify significant stops on our fool's journey. They just get our attention to say, okay, so this week has some pretty significant things happening for you this week. There could be some very specific moves and changes that are happening in and around your life. And so the Magician says, you have all the tools you need, right in front of you. And so you just need to have a willingness to use your tools, be open to making mistakes. And even if those mistakes were made in the past, the Magician now knows. Now you have, it's information gathering. You tried a thing, right? You did something, and now you know if it worked or it didn't. Information gathering to say, okay, back to the drawing board, right? And we're clearing that and we're starting fresh. And so here comes the Judgment card, which here is called Awakening. And so what I love about this card is about standing up and being your most authentic self, unapologetically so. You know what I mean, okay? So that's what I get here is like coming out to be seen, standing in your truth, right? So very significant energy coming up for you this week, and it's powerful, very positive, very empowered is what I feel for you, okay? So beautiful stuff, girl. Awesome. Okay, let's see. We got Nicole. Awesome. All right, awesome. Okay, let's see if anybody else. Yes, you are. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so we have that. If anybody else wants a card, I'll just wait a sec and see if anyone else wants one. I was just going to pull a self-care card for us at the end just to get some self-care wisdom for us moving forward through the week. So if anybody wants a personal card pull, let me know. And otherwise, we'll get our collective self-care energy. I'll just give it a sec and see if anybody wants a card pull. This is so fun, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. I'll put this up after I'm done. I'll take a picture of these cards so you can see them up close. And like I said, I'll be pulling the replay out and posting it on my YouTube and on my other spaces as well. All right, let's start shuffling the self-care. And if there's any stragglers who wanted a card, that's no problem. This is just a simple self-care wisdom deck. So this is going to, thank you, Colleen. This is going to give us just a little self-care for us to carry with us through the week. So I'm just going to tune into us collectively for some best guidance when it comes to self-care wisdom. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, I really love this. And it's so fun because there's something to be said for pre-recording and all that. But I love the interaction. So this is great. I thank you all so much for being here with me. All right, let's get us a card. Self-care. This deck is double-sided, so I always like don't look when I'm taking my card. Thank you, Gemma. Yeah, okay, we know. The card is change. So yes, transformation and change. This is a great time of change. This actually couldn't be any better. So the back of the card has our message, and I'm going to read it for you. It says, a resistance to change is a resistance to life itself. Open your heart and mind to new beginnings. Yes, all that this is not here to scare us. It's not here to predict doom and gloom. It's showing us that the pathway to clearing that road, right? The pathway for us to have full steam ahead where we want to go is just clearing away the last residual bits, right? And that includes any resistance that we may have to change. And those resistances can be sneaky. They can be these little fibers, these fine threads that are just still holding on. Human nature. It's just a part of our nature to want to feel safe and to feel secure. Like it's okay now for me to make that change, right? And so that can be a sneaky energy that even though we're saying, yes, I want all the things and I'm ready to go and all of that, there's some bits in our tower, in our structures that, again, I've been saying this for weeks, and it's like the Jenga analogy, like going in there very strategically, clearing out those little sneaky bits that are keeping us tethered. That's what it feels like, keeping us tethered. Yes, a love-hate relationship with change. Beautifully put, Kendra. Thank you. Yes, it's like I want change, but I also want to be sure, and thinking about that magician energy I was just mentioning, like, but like, what if? And then we fill in all the blanks with the potential pitfalls and things that can happen. And instead it's like, and I know for me, and I think I mentioned the sneaky peas last week. The sneaky peas for me are people pleasing, perfectionism, and procrastination. And procrastination is the one that's like, well, I haven't done it yet, so I can't, like, I didn't screw it up yet. So at least if I just haven't done it quite yet, like, I could always do it better later if I figure it out. Like, you know, like going live. Like, I could just keep waiting to do that, because if I didn't go yet, then I didn't mess it up, or I didn't underachieve, or whatever it is, you know. It's sneaky. It's sneaky energy. So it has to do with that resistance. So the answer here says, open your heart and mind to new beginnings. And that's all you have to do. You just, and it's like in here with the flowers, and the flowers have been coming up a lot too. It's like, trust that you have planted the seeds of intention. You planted those seeds and they're going to bloom, but they have to go through that process. They're germinating. Maybe we don't see them yet, especially now that we're entering into that time of the year, in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, that we're going into the winter. And so there is that period of darkness where, but it's still in motion. That's the key, is that, and this was coming up in a couple of different readings that I did, where it's still creating. You're still creating in the resting. You're still creating when you take a nap during the day, because it's part of rejuvenating and keeping yourself going. So remember that too, that even when you don't see the flowers in bloom, it's all a part of that process of them coming forward. And so too is this. This is a part of creating in the destruction. And that's what we just came through, because that's what the eclipse is. It was about obstructions and destruction, destructing those things that are in the way between us and all this beautiful change that we're ready to welcome in, for real, right? So we're clearing out all the sneaky stuff in order to make room. So that's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to get these together and put them out there. Again, if you just joined and you didn't hear my shout out, my request, next week, Sunday, I'm going to be live, but it's going to be a special demonstration where I'm going to show a little bit about color healing and checking in with the chakras. And one of the ways that we typically do that, of course, is about your chakras, your energetic body. But a little preview of something I'm really excited to share is I'm going to be offering for your small business or for your creative venture a chakra alignment for that. So we'll actually be checking the chakras of the energetic body of your business. So there's two different ways you can volunteer. I'll have my chakra board and my pendulum where I would be checking in with your chakras, or the energetic chakras of your business. And that's just going to kind of be a way to demonstrate for you a couple of those things. It's just a little preview, but I think it'll be fun for us to have some live chakra checking. So if you're interested, please reach out. Again, you can comment here with the video, or you can private message me and we'll chat about what all that entails. And then we'll be back next week, next Sunday, after the amazing winter shopping bazaar going on all next weekend here on the Majestic Living Designs page. So thank you all so much for joining me. And I can't wait to see how all this unfolds for us this week. We'll just keep popping it on this thread here to say, oh, did you guys see that? What happened for you? And just kind of see how it all plays out for us as a collective. So thank you so much for joining me. I am sending you guys so much love and so many blessings for an amazing week ahead. Talk soon.